Jackal sets a trap. Jackal lived with his mother and father in the savannah. He loved the colorful flowers and the spiky ferns. He loved the yellow grasses and the gnarled trees. But his favorite plant of all was a bush that grew sticky berries. His father was always telling him that he should learn how to hunt. That's what jackals do, he insisted. Not mess around with all these plants. But Jackal couldn't help looking at the plants and chewing the delicious sticky berries. One day, while Jackal was rolling around in some ivy, a group of rats came running through the Jackal's territory. "Quick! Help me catch some of the rats!" said his father. So Jackal leapt to his feet and chased after them. As Jackal ran, he started to itch all over. He itched on his back, and his legs, and his head, and even between his toes. He got so itchy that he couldn't run anymore, and he had to scratch himself against the bark of a gnarly tree, and all the rats escaped. "How could you let them go?" scolded his father. "Sorry," said Jackal. "I'm just so itchy. It must have been that ivy I was rolling in." "You and your plants," said Jackal's father. "I told you before, they are nothing but trouble." Jackal felt very bad, but he was still itchy all over. He sat down beside his mother. "Don't worry, you will find something you are good at one day," she said. The next day, another group of rats ran by. But before Jackal's father could run after them, a group of large eagles came swooping down and blocked the way. Jackal's father knew that eagles were dangerous. "Look out, little Jackal," he said. "This is our hunting ground now," threatened one of the eagles. "Stay away and you won't get hurt." There was nothing the poor Jackal family could do to stop the eagles from stealing their food. Jackal's mother thought as hard as she could. "I know they must have a nest nearby. If we knocked it over, maybe they'll leave." "That won't work," said Jackal's father. "They'll just make a new one." Jackal heard them talking and had an idea. While his parents were still asleep one morning, Jackal snuck off in the direction of the eagle's nest. They were still out hunting, so they didn't see him sneaking closer. When he got to the nest, he filled it with itchy poison ivy. When the eagles returned with their morning catch, they didn't notice the ivy and sat down for a nice breakfast. This food is so good. It was a great idea to steal this land from the jackals. Suddenly, Jackal jumped out from behind a bush and shouted, "You better leave now, because I'm a magic jackal." One of the eagles flew up into the air and swooped down, grabbing Jackal with his talons. "Oh yeah?" it said. "Are you magic enough to make me stop doing this?" "Yes!" cried Jackal. "Because if you don't leave, I'll make you itch. I'm magic, and I can make you itch forever." Just then, the ivy started to make the eagles itch. They got itchier and itchier. Soon, they were flapping their feathers and trying to scratch themselves with their claws. "You horrible jackal!" they cried. The eagle was still holding Jackal in its talons, but Jackal wasn't worried. He had some sticky berries in his mouth that he had been chewing the whole time. He spat the sticky berries underneath the eagle's wings, and it made it harder for the eagle to flap. The eagle struggled to move his wings, but the sticky berries only grew stickier and stickier. Soon, the eagle lost control and came crashing down. Jackal's parents came running towards the bush after hearing the commotion. Jackal landed safely on a bush and came out smiling. The other two eagles helped the fallen eagle up off the ground and carried him away through the air. "Flee!" they said. "Flee the magic jackal!" The Jackal family finally had their territory back. Jackal's parents were so proud of him that from that day on, they always listened to him whenever he wanted to teach them about the plants. And they made sure to to save some poison ivy, just in case someone tried to pick on them again.